So any of the shapes of your choice. I'll do a star, just for example. Let's just say, for example, I wanted to create, I want to use a star shape as a kind of a guideline for where I wanted to make text or something like that. But I didn't want it to print, but I want to use it in the background as like a guide. So what I could do is I could create a star or a circle or square, doesn't matter. And when I go to view guides and select either command 5 or make guides, what's going to happen is it's going to take this stroked path of the star, and I click on that, and it turns it into a non-printable guide. And so I could then go in my layers palette and lock it. And if you notice in the layer palette, it says guide instead of path. The color also changes to like this cyan color, and that lets you know that it's a guide. So now whatever you wanted to do in terms of using it as a path or just a guide that you can use as a reference or something like that. So you can turn any shape into a guide. Now, if we press Command R and we bring up the ruler and we click on the ruler and drag over, those are also guides. But these are horizontal and vertical guides. All right, so the purpose of the horizontal and vertical guides are for alignment, and maybe the purpose of your shape guides is more for reference. Also, when I go to view guides, these are my options for the guides. I can lock all the guides, I can clear the guides, I can hide the guides and bring them back, show guides, hide guides. If I want to turn this shape back into an actual shape, I can select it, go back to view, guides, and I can say release, and it will bring it back into a shape. Now this is printable. It will be seen by the printer. Okay? But when it's a guide, it will not show up in the print. Verbal quiz. What's the visual cue that lets us know that there's a guide? It's a guide. The color. Right? The color. Another verbal quiz. What is the difference between the direct selection tool and the group selection tool? Raise your hand. Kind of. So the group selection tool selects one element of a group. The direct selection tool allows you to select individual points out of an object, so you can modify the points. Okay, so the group selection tool allows you to select one element out of the whole group and move it around. The direct selection tool allows you to select individual points of an object and modify it. The black arrow tool, which is the selection tool, allows you to select the whole object and move it around. Okay? So that's important because you have to be able to know how to select things for the purposes that you need to select them. Now I just want to reiterate the stacking order, like how we view things. So I'm going to go here and clear all my guides. Guides, clear guides. I'm going to take 3 shapes. So I'll take 3 shapes and fill them with different colors. Okay. So we have 3 shapes, 3 different colors. They all overlap. Okay. Now, I'm going to pick the middle shape, whatever you have that's in the middle of the 2. All right. We talked about shortcuts on how to bring things to the front, send them to the back, things like that. in order for me to bring this shape in front of the green, the menu option to do that is going to be going up to Object, Arrange, and then you have these 4 options. Bring forward is going to bring you up 1 step. Bring backward or send backward is going to send you back 1 step. And then send to back or bring to front is going to bring you all the way to the front or all the way to the back based on how many shapes you have. And if you look in your layers property, this blue dot indicates that the ellipse object is selected. And so if I go bring forward 1 step, it's going to go above the green. And if I say send to back 1 step or send backward 1 step, it's going to go below the star. Now, shortcut, I'm going to do it here. Command right bracket brings it to the front. Command left bracket sends it back, sends it back. Command shift right bracket all the way to the front. Command shift left bracket all the way to the back.
What do you mean by right bracket?
See the bracket next to the P on the keyboard? Those brackets? And if you hold command and any of those keys, you'll be able to bring forward and send to back. You could also right click and you go to right click, arrange, and you have the option there too. You could actually rearrange or drag the actual layers too. Takes a long time. Imagine if you have 60 layers or something like that, you know, and now you have to try to take that and drag it all the way to the top. I used to do that.
I think that's why you said like organizing as you go.
Yeah.
Making sure you're naming it and everything. That kind of helps in that.
Absolutely. You want to organize as you go, group, name things, be able to isolate so you don't have a lot of elements that you have to work through. That's the best advice I can give you from the beginning, the start, because the more complex you make shapes, the more complex your layer palette is going to be,
And your sublayers.
and your sublayers. I mean, it's gonna get crazy. It's easy to have 100 elements in your layers palette. Okay, and so once you have all these different parts and pieces, to try to figure out, especially if you have like little details, where you have a little speck here, a little dot there, things like that, it's almost impossible to find it. You know, find the exact one you want. So you definitely have to organize, group, name your layers. Okay, so that's the arrangement in the stacking order. Object, arrange, and you can bring things to front and back.